Assalamualaikum. Good morning. I am Nazneen. I am interviewing with ChatGPT on the topic of overcoming procrastination. Procrastination means delaying or avoiding important tasks. In this interview, we will discuss the cause of procrastination, its effect, and practical way to overcome it. So, viewers, let's go with ChatGPT. Good morning.
Good morning. I hope you're having a great start to your day. What's on your mind?
Okay, I am talking about you procrastination. So I will start your interview. What is procrastination?
Great starting point. So procrastination is basically when we delay or postpone tasks.
Okay, why do people
Often choosing agency, but that's a really good follow-up. People procrastinate for a bunch of reasons. Sometimes it's because a task feels overwhelming or they're afraid of failing, and sometimes it's just a matter of not having clear goals or being distracted by other things. So it's often a mix of emotional and practical factors.
Why do people procrastinate?
Yeah, exactly. So it's often a mix. Some people procrastinate because they fear failure or they feel perfectionist about a task, while others just get overwhelmed and don't know where to start. And of course, distractions like social media play a big role too.
What are the common causes of procrastination?
Absolutely. So to overcome procrastination, a lot of people find it helps to break tasks down into smaller steps, set clear deadlines, or even reward themselves for progress. And sometimes just becoming more aware of when you're procrastinating and why can be a big.
Good. How does procrastination affect students?
Tend to procrastinate and what triggers it, and then setting up strategy or using time on track.
Good. How does
Exactly. And it's a process. So being kind to yourself, of course. So once you become more aware of those patterns, you can adjust your environment, set shorter deadlines, and just take small steps each day. It all adds up.
Can procrastination affect mental health?
Yeah, it definitely can. Procrastination often creates this cycle of stress and guilt, so it can lead to anxiety or lower self-esteem. And over time, if it's really chronic, it can even contribute to burnout or depression.
Good. Is procrastination a bad habit?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it starts as just delaying tasks, but over time, it can really become a yeah, right. So once you recognize those small patterns, exactly. And even just a little self-compassion along the way helps. Celebrating small wins can keep you motivated and gradually break that procrastination cycle.
Okay. What are the signs of procrastination?
Yeah, good question. So signs of procrastination can be things like putting off tasks you know you should do, constantly checking your phone or social media instead, feeling a sense of guilt or anxiety as deadlines approach, or just having a lot of unfinished tasks piling up.
How can I stop procrastination?
That's a Yeah, definitely. You can start by setting really clear, manageable goals, breaking tasks down, using timers like the Pomodoro technique, and also being mindful about your environment, reducing distractions so it's easier to focus. And don't forget to celebrate small progress. Those little wins add up.
Good answer. Why do people delay important tasks?
Yeah, that's a really interesting point. Often people delay important tasks because they feel anxious about them, or they seem too big, or maybe they don't see the immediate payoff. So they get stuck in that short-term distraction trap, even though the long-term task is really important.
Good. Can fear of failure cause procrastination?
Yeah, exactly. It really is a cycle. Once you understand why you're avoiding those tasks, whether it's fear, overwhelm, or just a lack of clarity, you can start taking steps to break that delay and build a more productive habit.
What is the best way to start a difficult task?
Yeah, that's a great question. A really effective way is to just start with a super small, easy step, like just opening the document or writing one sentence. Once you get started, it's easier to keep going because that initial resistance tends to fade.
How can setting goal help?
Yeah, right. So setting goals works best when they're really specific and achievable, like breaking a big project into smaller milestones and setting deadlines for each one. That way, each step feels manageable and you keep up your momentum. Of course. And if you ever need a hand brainstorming those smaller steps or just want to check in on your progress, I'm here to help. You've got this.
Good. What is the Pomodoro technique?
So the Pomodoro technique is a time management method. Basically, you work in focused intervals, usually 25 minutes, and then you take a short break, like 5 minutes. After a few rounds, you take a longer break. It helps keep you focused and prevents burnout.
Okay. Can making a daily schedule help?
Oh, definitely. Having a daily schedule gives you a clear structure. Yeah, exactly. Right. So a daily schedule really, exactly. And it also makes it easier to prioritize tasks so you know what to focus on first and where to fit in breaks, keeping you balanced and productive.
Can making a daily schedule help?
Yeah, absolutely. And it doesn't have to be super rigid. Just having, exactly. Even a flexible schedule, just knowing when you'll tackle certain things can keep you on track and reduce that overwhelm.
How do distraction lead to procrastination?
Yeah, exactly. And it also gives you a sense of control. When you know what's next, it's a lot.
How can I avoid distraction while studying?
Good idea. So you can start by listing your main priorities for the day, then assign time blocks to each task. Just be realistic with how long things will take and leave a bit of buffer time in case something takes longer than expected.
Does using a mobile phone increase procrastination?
Yeah, it really can. I mean, with all the notifications and easy distractions, it's super tempting to just switch tasks. So it's really helpful to keep your phone on silent or use app blockers while you're working.
What role does motivation play?
Good question. Motivation is kind of that internal drive that pushes us toward a goal. It's that sense of purpose or desire to achieve something. It's what keeps you going even when the task is tough.
Good. What role does motivation can reward help reduce procrastination?
Absolutely. Rewards can be really powerful because they give you that causative reinforcement. When you finish a step or a task, you give yourself a small reward, like a break, a snack, or just some time to relax. And that can help build a positive association with getting things done.
How can I build good study habit?
Yeah, exactly. So over time, those little rewards help turn getting tasks done into a habit. So you start feeling naturally motivated to tackle them without as much internal resistance.
Why is breaking tasks into a smaller step effective?
Yeah, that's a great technique. Breaking tasks down into smaller steps makes them feel a lot more manageable, and it reduces that sense of being overwhelmed. Once you start with a small step, you build momentum, and it's easier to keep going.
Good. What should I do if I miss a deadline?
That can be really frustrating, but don't be too hard on yourself. The first step is to just pause, take a breath, and figure out what caused the delay. Then adjust your plan, set a new deadline, and if you need to, communicate with anyone involved. Just keep going.
Okay. Thank you, Chacha, for sharing your valuable insights on overcoming procrastination. This interview has helped us understand the cause of procrastination.
I'm really glad it helped.
We learned
Yeah,
that
just remember,
proper
overcoming
time-
procrastination is a process. Exactly. And every time you catch yourself slipping into procrastination, it's just another chance to try a new strategy. So be patient with yourself and keep building those positive habits.
Okay, thank you.
You're so welcome. I'm really glad I could help. If you ever want to revisit this or need
So हम ChatGPT का thank you करते हैं. Thank you ChatGPT for sharing your valuable insight on overcoming procrastination. This interview has helped us understand the causes, effect, and practical way to overcome procrastination. We learned that with the proper time management, self-discipline, clear goals, and consistent effort, everyone can have better develop habits and become more productive. I hope everyone will apply these tips in their daily life. Thank you for your attention.